making no apologies. That's it, umhlaba mawuhlulwe so that our people can have access to the land.
Life is difficult, but you must soldier on. Don't give up. If you are a coward, you don't belong here.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Civil Politics. I know we've been asking Guti, where is Dali Mpofu? Who put Dali Mpofu? So now I've got something about Dali Mpofu. So Advocate Dali Mpofu, a senior member of Umkhonto we Sizwe, I'm going to read this article. A senior member of Umkhonto we Sizwe party has castigated deepening divisions amongst Africans and called for development on the continent and the free movement of the people. Ingambo zoba umntu ke is a fighter, they will always be there. It says here, Dali Mpofu, people of Matabeleland in Zimbabwe are literally from South Africa. That's what he said. So I know there's a lot of MK people, of course, who will disagree with this. I am gonna check the comments. I love checking the comments, but let's first read here what Dali Mpofu is saying here. I think also what's challenging is the fact that the MK party has not come out with their stance, where they stand. So whenever people like about Dali Mpofu, they come out, they share their perspectives and their view, then obviously you will see a lot of MK people attacking him. Because I did see a glimpse of comments where people are like, don't bring the EFF stance here, go wara wara. So let's get right into it. It says here, Advocate Dali Mpofu, a senior member of Umkhonto we Sizwe party, led by the former president Jacob Zuma, has castigated deepening divisions amongst Africans and called for the development of the continent and the free movement of the people. The seasoned legal counsel speaking at a launch of Zimbabwean Zimbabwean veteran opposition politician Job Sikala's book, Footprints in the Chains, the life story of Job Sikala in Johannesburg. Zimbabwean journalist and commentator Hopewell Chinono also attended and addressed the event. The guest of honor at the Joburg event, Mozambican main opposition leader Venancio Mondlane, was allegedly blocked by Mozambican authorities from attending physically, but he addressed the event virtually. In his address, Mpofu said, Africans today are heavily divided along lines they cannot explain. In the song that was sung at the book launch event, somebody was talking about Makwerekwere, a commonly used derogatory slur in South Africa against foreign nationals, particularly those from other African countries. We have allowed ourselves to be divided along lines that we also cannot even explain ourselves, said Dali Mpofu. How can we have Makwerekwere here in Africa? Just tell me, how many people know that people of Matabeleland actually come from here, which is come from here in South Africa? The entire Matabeleland, they come from here, literally. Go to Dali Mpofu. Matabeleland is a vast region in southwestern Zimbabwe, named after the indigenous Ndebele people who reside there. It is divided into 3 modern-day provinces: Matabeleland North, Matabeleland South, and the city province of Bulawayo. Mpofu also referred to the sharing of languages amongst different groups of Africans found in different nations. That is not a coincidence. We do not ask ourselves why. Why is that so? It is because Mzilikazi, who moved from here, is the same person who was fighting alongside Shaka. And this is not a long time ago. It is less than 200 years ago. In historical terms, that is not a long time. Because of those wars, Mzilikazi actually moved from what we call KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, now, and live here in Gauteng for a long time, until the so-called foot trekkers came, and then it is only then that he moved across the Limpopo. So the very same people who 200 years ago were sitting together in KZN are now calling each other, this one is Makwerekwere. We must wake up as Africans. We really must, said Advocate Dali Mpofu. He said, oppressors have used the borders to divide Africans. Allah, Allah. Hey, Asiakala. Ziyakhala. I'm definitely gonna post this on TikTok because I know it's going to spark so much controversy. The oppressors have used the borders to divide us. We worship things that have been imposed on us. Who came up with the borders? Was it us? In 1884, there was a meeting in Germany with white people only, not a single African, not one African. I think even the people that were serving tea were white. And those people decided to cut our continent into pieces as they like. If my village and Job's village, if they decide and cut it, he is now in another country and I'm now in another country. They didn't care. They were cutting it according to the riches of the continent, said Mpofu. Why is that the United States has 51 states and can move around without borders? Why are we as Africans not asking the questions? The answer is this. The only reason we are fighting is that we are not economically developing our continent. Mpofu said if Africa was developing a continent, there would be no need for the extensive restrictions on people's movement. People do not move because they hate their homes. They move because of economic factors. That happens everywhere. I am here because of economic factors. I come from the Eastern Cape, so you can call me Makwerekwere as well, said Dali Mpofu. Yo, Isaiah. We've been saying put Dali Mpofu, this is a bomb. So of course the comments can go of course they're not happy. Let's get right into the comments shortly. I do want this to be such a short video because wow, it's very interesting. Someone said, I wonder if this is Mkondo versus with police or he's just talking as a guy chatting with friends. Someone else says he should move to Nigeria then let him lead the way to first move to Zimbabwe. Now they are copying EFF strategy, amassing votes from illegals with fraudulent IDs. Crazy Gilomos. Someone says just because he is from EFF, now he wants to instill that nonsense. Someone else says these fools ruined image of South Africa. The economy is being assaulted by those they angered, and now they are running to Africa. I hope the other African government ignores South Africa. A hard lesson to be learned here. Someone said he should come live here in the township and stop talking nonsense. Someone else says let him put mkukus in his yard to accommodate them. It's always the rich who have medical aid, wear designer clothes, drive luxury cars, send their kids to private schools and study overseas, who have the loudest mouths on social ills affecting citizens who rely on government. Someone says rich coming from him. He almost broke the very movement that was calling for the unity of Africa. Someone else says, but that doesn't mean they are South Africans. However, the country has become a banana republic. It's a failed state, just like Zim. Weird, right? All these Pan-Africanist idiots never want to go and live in these African countries and practice what they preach. Anyway, every day, we xenophobes get more numbers because South Africans, these people are not like us, or they don't like us. So, well, guys, what do you think? This is very interesting, by the way. I think it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. What do you think of Dali Mpofu? I'm also proud of Dali Mpofu that he's able to speak his heart and stand on open stand. The problem is this: every single one in South Africa knows the importance of unity and us uniting with other African countries, but no one is brave enough to come out and say it. No one wants to be associated with it, but they know it's the right thing to do. It's something I was actually talking about in a live the other day, saying, Wuguti, it's crazy how much even before the Tutulas were formed, why wasn't this thing talked about enough in the ANC? Like even, like let's say in 1994 forums, Africa, let's unite. In 2000 forums again, You know, why has not the ANC spoken much about this? Okay, guys, we need unity. Yeah, man, because I feel like they've under preached it and not given enough awareness. That is why we have organizations like our Operation Tutula. It's not been spoken enough about. Also, when the Operation Tutula was formed, people did not come out. No one came out and stood and said, no, this is why we preach unity. This is why. No one. And then it became a Julius Malema thing, because he was the only one willing to stand and speak and stand by the truth. And I think now the narrative is also changing. Now I've seen so many people come out. I've seen Portis Motsepe speak about the unity. I've seen so many people like Abu Musima Mani. I think I've seen Vusita Begoy as well. I've seen all these people that people respect talking about African unity here in South Africa. So that stigma that is around Julius Malema, the stigma that is around EFF being the only party that preaches unity, I can see it slowly being diluted now, because I feel people are starting to come out. My thing is, why were they quiet for so long? Why were they quiet? You understand? So from the time Tutulo, some people should have spoken out. By the time Julius Malema was attacked, people should have come out and supported him and said, no, but we stand by this stance. Instead, no one wants to be associated with this, but they believe in that. So a part of me is a little bit proud of Dali Mpofu being able to speak out, even though his organization, because the people from organizations, from Umkhonto, they are going around with Tutula. So I'm proud that he's able to stand and share the knowledge. I wish he does not share it on. The problem with our Umkhonto is because also when Zuma and Dr. Shope were in Ghana, they spoke about African unity. They spoke about the importance of Pan-Africanism. They spoke about trading amongst ourselves, being united. Those things that they spoke about there, they've never ever spoken about them addressing their constituency. So I feel like it's same with Dali Mpofu. He addresses the members of MK all the time. He has never ever spoken about this, what he was speaking about now. He has never spoken about it on the constituencies of Umkhonto. That is the problem I have with them. When they're addressing their constituency, they don't speak about these things. And then when they're in a different audience or in a different platform, they speak their real stance. That is the problem. But anyway, you let me know what you think. But yeah, a part of me is definitely proud of him. Definitely. So I mean, let me know what you think. If you don't know who I am, my name is Matabeleland. Please subscribe to this channel. We are on our way to 40k subscribers. Subscribe, and please do support the channel. I'll see you guys on the next one. Let me know what you think. Allah. Until the next time.